Welcome back to Kato Living. It's time to get creative. We are joined by Shelly Hulls, owner of Kato Yarn Company, to learn about some cool projects you can make with yarn. Thank you, Shelly, very much for joining us. Let's dive right into it. Yarn is very complicated, so I'm going to let you take it away and tell us what you can create with some yarn.
You can create just about anything. I knit everything from socks to mittens, hats, little gnomes.
All the above?
Yeah, and actually I hand dye all the yarn and fiber myself.
Really?
So that's kind of part of my creative process, is coming up with the new colors that you can dye and fun things to make with it.
That's awesome.
Let's say somebody does not know how to crochet, somebody does not know how to knit, but they want to get involved and they want to start. What's your advice?
My advice is to look for opportunities for classes. You're going to learn a lot better if you have someone sitting down next to you, guiding you through the process. Your local yarn shop, community ed classes are great places. There's also lots of online resources through YouTube and different channels.
Very cool.
How'd you get started?
My grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was about 8 years old.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I've known how.
We're behind the curve.
She also had a stash of knitting needles that I kept saying, Grandma, teach me how to knit. And she goes, I don't know how. Why did she have the knitting needles? I don't know. But about the time that we started our family, I decided I wanted to knit a baby blanket and crochet a baby blanket. And that's kind of where I got my start.
Very cool.
awesome.
Walk us through, how much time does it take to crochet a hat like this?
It depends how much time you have to put into it. I would say if I kept at it, probably a few evenings to knit a hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about the scarves?
The scarves take a little bit longer.
They look really good, I'm not going to lie. The one that you have on and the one over there are very impressive.
Yeah, there's a lot of great pattern designers out there with lots of great ideas. The amount of creativity you see is just amazing. I love it.
What's your favorite thing to crochet? I have to ask.
Well, I mostly knit.
Okay.
I knit a ton of socks. I probably knit over 150 pairs.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I knit a
awesome.
lot of socks, but I'm trying to focus more on more sweaters and stuff to expand my wearable wardrobe.
Yeah. Tell us about Kato Yarn Company. What's that about?
I heard about hand-dyed yarn about 5 years ago, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because it looked really cool. And then I decided I wanted to learn how to dye my own yarn, and I've kind of fell in love with it and got a little crazy. I'm like, I got to sell this stuff. So I dye all the yarn in my kitchen, which is a very small space, and then I sew bags, because you always have to have a bag to keep your project safe in that you're working on. And then I have an online store, and then I sell them at local fiber shows.
Okay.
So what does Kato Yarn Company have to offer outside of scarves, hats, just everything?
I have some knitting accessories, that kind of thing, but mostly it's hand-dyed yarn and project bags is what I bring with me to shows.
So tell us about the shows. Are you farmers market, or is it other stuff that you kind of partake in?
I've done smaller craft shows. Locally, I usually do Maker Fair in the fall.
Okay.
But most of the shows that I do are bigger, like wool-based shows, where there's shepherdesses are there, there's different types of sheep, there's people that do herding dog demonstrations, and then in the buildings there's people selling hand-dyed yarn, farm yarn, fleeces for spinning, and different wool-related things.
That's super cool.
So if people want to reach out to you or learn more about Kato Yarn, where can they do so?
I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Kato Yarn Company. I do have a website for my business, and then I'm occasionally at different fiber shows. There is one this weekend in Lake Elmo called Shepherd's Harvest, and I will be there vending for 2 days.
Awesome. So if you want something that's really cool on the table and you like it, go check it out.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Lots of yarn.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.